If you need to change your main motor or inspect the main motor, first locate the belt that goes from the motor unit around the hand wheel. Before removing it, it's probably a good idea to test the tension that is on the motor belt itself. This way, when you put the motor back in, you can make sure that you still have the same proper tension on the belt. Also, you can see the wires that come from the A-board behind the motor that go into the base. Make sure that they can move through smoothly. In order not to pinch it and to be safe, we're going to remove a little plate which helps hold those wires back. It's always better to be safe than sorry and to pinch those wires, then turn it on and get a puff of smoke. Now we can start to remove the motor. Remove the first screw. And as you remove that, you can remove the other large Phillips head screw. Now you remove this, you can see the slack actually has left on the motor as well. Remove the belt. And now you can start to remove the motor. Always be gentle with it as you take it out and work it out smoothly. Unplug the motor from the side of the A-board. Now, in order to inspect your motor, take a good look at it. You can see on the back that you have a circular shield plate which goes through a sensor. Make sure there is nothing in the way or that shield plate is okay. If the shield plate is damaged, then the motor would still have to be replaced. But maybe you can kind of see some kind of lint or some kind of thread maybe back there. Check your wire plugs to make sure they're okay and that nothing is unplugged. Now, in order to put the motor back, make sure that the white wires will not get pinched. To be safe, you can take the white wires and kind of take it out a little bit and place it in front of your B-board. This will give it a nice area in order for us not to pinch it. Now line up the motor properly, gently put it back in, sliding the motor in, making sure not to pinch or hurt anything, and sort of line it up in place. Once you have got it into the correct area, start to replace the screws. You're going to put the screws in, but you're not going to tighten them all the way. Put the second screw in, making sure that the white wires are out of the way. And we're not going to tighten the screws all the way because we need to find the tension for our motor belt first. Put the belt back on the motor and put it around the hand wheel. You can see that we have good tension, but you can see that if you loosen the screws a little bit more, if you push up on the motor, you can see that you have tons of slack. Too much. The machine would sound wobbly. If you push down on it, you can see it gets a little bit tauter. Once you have found the proper tension, which is probably about 7 millimeters being pushed in, tighten the two screws. Now take your motor plug and gently plug it back into the side of the A-board. Now we have our white wires for our base. Now that the motor is in securely, we can put these white wires underneath it again without worrying about them getting pinched. Once you have put the white wires into the proper place, take the little plate which held them back and start to screw it in. Double test the white wires by pulling on them and kind of flossing it behind the motor. If nothing is being caught or held up, you have put it back correctly.